As we all know, it's tough. But no, actually, as she said, my name is Jack Gwen. I'm with Holiday Park Neighborhood Association. We are the neighborhood east of Wantabo between Candelaria and Comanche. You all may know it by the Lowe's and the Sonic that are right there. They're also part of our association boundaries. So anyway, how to have membership drives at work. I was trying to figure out what to talk about in this section, and I broke it out into 4 parts. Of course, anyone who has started an association knows there's the initial phase. You have to get members to start the association. So in doing that, Jeff mentioned March of last year. Ours happened in February of last year. My vehicles were being broken into in my driveway, and I heard a bunch of ruckus, and I just got tired, and it's happened in the past. So I told my wife, I'm gonna do something about it. So we started a neighborhood association. So we did the initial flyer. We have 600 homes in our neighborhood, but I decided to only print 400. I figured if I can get at least 400 people involved, then we can blow it up a little further. So we printed 400, and the reason for our association, number one, foremost, was the safety of our personnel and the security of our property within the boundaries. So that's what I stressed within my flyer, is let's get together, let's make sure that we are safe within our community, we feel comfortable walking our neighborhoods with our dogs and our family. And so we distributed the 400. We left them in the door handles and the screen doors. Within 2 months, we were able to create a board. So that was pretty significant. Once we created the board, we got the city, state, and the Fed all set up with our bank account. And then so we determined as a board and other members, what are we gonna do now? So most people are very interested in contests, so we created a contest. We said for every member household that was in our neighborhood, for 2 months, we were gonna have a contest. Anyone who brought the most members in, we were gonna give them a $50 gift card. Donated, by the way. If you have any businesses in the neighborhood, please ask for donations, because it becomes a pretty expensive endeavor if you don't ask for donations. So at the end of the 2 months, it was actually pretty fun, because we had 2 families that were bickering back and forth. They were gonna have the most memberships. So we had both of them tied at the end of the term. So we had 5 members each from each of those family members, and we gave them $25 gift cards apiece. So that was a pretty good one, and we're gonna probably do it again in the future. We're thinking probably closer to the December timeframe, so they can use those gift cards for gifts for Christmas. So now we're at about 20 members, and this is roughly around October. So we decided next we're gonna do a whole neighborhood-wide membership drive. We call this Grassroots. Excuse me, I'm gonna drop this real quick, and I wanna show you all. Our treasurer, Tim, he did such a fantastic job with this. I was just planning on showing up and walking the neighborhood and talking to people. If you can see, he put together a Google Maps overlay of our neighborhood, and he did it in sections, and this one is in particular is highlighted in yellow. I'll have this later on if you all want to take a look at it. But he did this along with our membership form, and we gathered at our school, Hoover Middle School, and we decided to go in pairs for a couple of reasons. Safety of our personnel and our membership, but we also determined that we're gonna have either 2 women and or a man and a woman go up to the homes. We figured 2 men, sometimes a little intimidating, so we decided to eliminate that. And we had 2 women and or a man and a woman. We had 5 pairs show up, and so we walked the neighborhood, and I'm gonna show you the next one. If we made contact with the neighbor, we put a plus sign. So we made contact with that person and we gave them a membership form. If we did not, we put a negative sign. So that way in future subsequent membership drives, we can go back to these folks. Within that membership drive, we had 20 new members within a month. So that was significant. I would definitely recommend a membership drive for anyone that's out there doing it. We're actually doing one Sunday, this coming Sunday, and we're incorporating our annual Easter egg hunt flyer with that. So we're gonna pass the annual Easter egg hunt flyer and ask for new members at the same time. In addition to that, we're hoping to get the RSVP for how many kids we're gonna have. You know, we're hoping to have a bunch of kids show up, but we're doing it in conjunction with our membership drive, kill two birds with one stone. That's the mentality there. If it works, I'll let you know later on down the line. I don't know how much time I have left, 5 minutes, good. So any of you all that are in sales, which is what I do, you all know lastly and quite simply is ongoing word of mouth. We're asking everyone that shows up to a meeting and every member, talk to a neighbor, talk to somebody around the street that you know from other activities. That's going to exponentially grow our neighborhood. I'm dead serious. I think that's going to be the key, is ongoing, continuing talking to our neighbors. So along that line, to bring people to our meetings, we have 7 entrances to our neighborhood. So on Saturday mornings, I put these out and I leave them out through the Tuesday meeting. So that way people know they're two-sided, coming and going. I don't put them out all month, I put them out only the Saturday prior to our Tuesday meeting, because if they're out all month, they'll just be ignored. So I put them out that previous weekend. We've had quite a few people talk about showing up because of those signs. Lastly, we thought it was very important. There's a lot of, I'm in the elder sect, I would consider, so we're trying to bring a lot of the youth into our neighborhood. So in order to do that, we created a website, holidayparkna.com. Within that, it's still a work in progress, of course. We just opened it up, I believe, a month and a half ago. But we have agendas that we've had our meetings for. We've had the minutes linked to that website. We also have links to the city, the fire department, APD, ONC, a crime map, our local community center, and then we also have links to our Facebook page and to the Nextdoor app. The more people understand and can go to all these different, besides just mailing membership forms, we're trying to give them options to go onto our website, and we've also created a PayPal link so they can create not only a donation, but also the membership payment through the credit cards. The youth are using credit cards and they're not writing checks. That I'm finding out, we're not getting a lot of checks. So I'm giving them the option now to pay via PayPal and their credit card, and we're hoping to see how that goes. But that's pretty much what we're doing. I'll be willing to answer any questions after the fact. Thank you all.